Welcome to the weather forecast for the week beginning Wednesday, September 10th, 2025. This is Chief Meteorologist John Ensworth for Longmont Public Media. Saturday, September 14th is our third quarter moon out in the morning sky. Sun is pretty quiet with 3 notable sunspots down on the southern hemisphere. They're moving apart, and so that does not make it likely to get any geomagnetic storms. So sunrise is now moved forward to 6:40 a.m. and sunset is backed up to 7:11 p.m. We lost 19 minutes of daylight since a week ago. Drought conditions are improving. Taking a look here at the exceptional drought in the northwest and western part of the state, that's eased. Nothing else changed. If you take a look in the west, you see things get a little better, and in the Mississippi Valley, things dry out a little more. Looking at smoke, with the monsoon flow coming up from the south, giving us a little bit chances of storms almost every day. We have the clean air, about the only clean air in the nation, so that's nice. Precipitation total for the state is 84% of normal, and that is the same as last week, so we're not gaining ground or losing ground. We are getting close to the end of the water year, though, so this will start over. Looking at the actual precipitation, you can see it was very spotty all over the state, and right around Longmont and the I-25 corridor, pretty much nothing. Almost done with this animation for the year for the severe weather climatology. As we go to the third week of September, we're out of we have elevated chances, but in reality, we still have chances. So we have a marginal risk on Wednesday, kind of Fort Collins to the northeast, and then a marginal risk for Thursday for much of the state. Fort Collins and north, hail. It's just damaging winds for the rest of the I-25 folks in south. And then Friday, just a general chance of thunderstorms. Looking at the overall map, we've got kind of a front coming in with the trough in the west and one down from Canada. They kind of meet, kind of creating a boundary around us and some instability nearby. And you can see in the mountains on Thursday a chance of snow in the higher peaks, and that expands on Friday as things cool down more. The cold front gets a little closer. Normal high temperatures going from 81 down to 77. Normal low from 50 to 47. So yeah, we should be seeing cool weather now. We're not getting it quite yet. Record high 96 on the 13th and the 19th in 2018 and 2010 respectively. Record low of 23 on the 18th in 1971. For cloudiness, with the moisture in place and the fronts nearby, we have most of the clouds here in the beginning, but not much of a chance of rain according to this model. I think with 70% chance, most people should see something on Saturday. Going up to the mountains, and I expect a few rounds of thunderstorms there. Daily wind gusts doesn't really matter as much this time of year. Wait till we get cold fronts actually pushing through, and we'll see spikes in that. Looking at the water vapor satellite imagery for Wednesday night, the reds and oranges are very dry atmosphere. The grays and whites are moist atmosphere. The blue is high cirrus clouds, and the yellow dots are lightning for some reason. They include that in there. I don't know why. We can see the flow of moisture up into the Four Corners area from the south. A little bit of a break there, but so let's put that in motion, and you can see that same trough is there, ridge in the center, trough in the east. And as that trough moves closer, we get colder air aloft and more instability. So with some moisture in place, not huge amounts, but elevated amounts, we should see some thunderstorms. As we go into the week, the trough kind of reforms to our west, most of the energy kind of passing to the north. Yeah, that could be something more on Thursday because of that shortwave right there. And going into next weekend, looks like the ridge is trying to reestablish itself in the west. Okay, so we have above normal surface temperatures in the west, except where the trough is out further west, and you can see the blues there, and that slips in with the thunderstorms cooling every afternoon, those purple blobs right there, and the cool air kind of spreads out after that. And then we go to above normal temperatures into the next week. The trough trying to come in is cooling things to the north and west of us. But yeah, we get cool on Thursday, more thunderstorms cooling the region, but the background is above normal temperatures. Looking at precipitatable water, this is a computer version of the water vapor satellite image, and looking at future moisture, and there is a clear flow from the south up into Colorado for the first few days. Then into Monday, we dry out. Moisture in every single direction around the state, so eventually it's going to fill back in by the middle end of next week, and that's where we might see thunderstorms return. Looking at surface dew points, it kind of hovers right around in the 40s and low 50s now and then, so that's a good amount of moisture. It's not huge amounts of moisture, but it's a good amount of moisture. And it isn't until we're into the week that drier atmosphere shows up in the mountains with very low dew points there, and we drop to the 30s briefly. Okay, look at actual precipitation in the forecast here. You can see Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday afternoon and night. We should see thunderstorms around. If you don't get it, someone living a few miles away from you will get some precipitation. Then in the beginning of the week, it's dry, very spotty thunderstorms Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. A little more coordinated, organized stuff to the southeast of us Thursday. And in a dry weekend next weekend, it looks like. So over the next 5 days, the western slopes win the rain lottery. That's really good. We're up here at this little tip of not much precipitation, and we stay in this little valley of low precipitation. While a lot of people southwest and northeast of us get a good amount of moisture. So again, this is kind of random, and next model run we might get hit by inch 0.2. So calling for 80s, upper 80s, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday we start to drop. Saturday, Sunday, the coolest days of the week, just like last weekend, with the best chance of showers on Saturday. Again, just like last weekend. It's kind of a repeat thing. 2 weeks out, the Weather Service has us somewhat warmer than normal still, and somewhat more moisture, more precipitation than expected. That's it. This has been Chief Meteorologist John Insworth, urging you to keep looking up.